Hi guys, Martin back again with the stage 2 of the Chaos Warhound Titan build and paint log. So it's all being washed, cleaned and put in a bucket and washed as I told you in the last video. And now I've got bags of clean resin, so weapon arms, I've split them into some sort of order. And then next stage is going to be putting some magnets in. Not that many magnets needed, to be fair, on this build. And then also I want to show you the base, which I was working on whilst everything was soaking. So parts that need magnetizing. We've got, this is the front of the torso, if you like, the neck joint where the head will go in. And then here is the head with our lovely servitors, our lovely Princeps and Moderati, sorry. So that needs to magnetize in there. What I intend to do, really I could have done with 15mm magnets, but I didn't have any. And whilst, yes, I can order some, I'm an impatient fool and I want to get on with it. So I've got 10mm magnets. What I'll do is I'll put 2 into that side and 2 into that side. And I'll secure them in, and that should give it a good enough hold. If for some reason it's not quite strong enough, then what I'll do is I'll add a 15mm magnet to it. I'll take them out. Also, there's 2 of these void shields, one on either side, so they just need normal little 2mm magnets into there and then into there, and that'll hold them plenty fine. It doesn't need anything bigger than that. It'll easily fit a 5mm magnet, but it just doesn't need it, to be fair. And then the big ones, so this is the waist. These are blue tacked in at the moment. I've been posing legs, which I'll show you in a second. So I'm going to drill a 20mm hole in there, and then I have got stuck to the microphone stand. I've got 20mm magnets, so I'm going to put 2 into there, and 2 into there. I'll probably actually chop that down a little bit because there's not much space for me to go up through there without coming into all this area. So I'll glue these ones in first, and then I'll see what height I need to take this down by. And it might be a case of I just cut that nub off, and it'll still all hold together. If I can try and leave a tiny little lip, I will do, just for extra support. And that's going to be those done. And then the other parts, so these are the arm holders, and I had a few different ideas with this. Obviously you can see there's already a little hole in the top. Magnet doesn't come quite flush underneath, so rather than trying to hollow it out and potentially damage some of that to get the magnet flush, these things sit on top. So you won't see what's inside there. Now initially I thought, oh, I'll put the magnet on there and then a magnet on the arm and it'll hold in, but there would be probably a 5-6mm gap between the two, and as strong as these 20mm magnets are, I don't really want to take the chance of having the gap. It's just not a solid connection then. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to fill this up with the JB Weld, which I'll show you now, lodge the magnet in there, and I'm just going to glue that onto the top. I did toy with the idea of putting a smaller magnet in here and making sure that I left space onto that magnet, so that I could put one on another smaller magnet onto there, and then that would turn with the weapons. It'd be quite cool, but then all I'm going to get is paint rub, and then every time the weapon turns, this will start rubbing with paint, and I don't want that, so I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to glue it onto the top. These are the arm joints for the weapons. Now they did have a ball on top. I've just completely sheared that off, so that'll then take the magnet and it'll sit up into there, and it's still got the same depth look there. So that's the next step for build, is to get all the magnets in place and then start gluing things together. To put the magnets in, super glue's fine with resin. Obviously you can't use plastic glue, but a tip I got off Mike over at Cruro Angelicis is this stuff, JB Weld. You can get different size packs of it. I think it's about £8 or £9 for a small pack, or you can get the industrial professional size for 16 quid. To be fair, it's better getting the big one. If you can afford it, get the bigger one. It comes in two big tubes like this. I've obviously used some before. And you mix it together. It goes hot. Wear gloves when you use it. Just some latex gloves, because it won't come off your hands. And all I will say to you guys is when you're using this stuff, it does smell, so make sure the area is ventilated. And it's strong. It's a cold weld. So it's ridiculously strong. I mean, it says there, hundreds of industrial applications, foundries, electronics, sheet metal work, petroleum, public utilities, aircraft industry, marine application. When it goes off, it goes off. It ain't coming undone. Doesn't matter about sticking it in the freezer and trying to make it brittle. You'd need severe temperatures to try and get this stuff off. So make sure you've decided where you're putting it. I use it in the same way that Mike suggests over on his videos. Anything that's going to take extreme weight, I use it rather than super glue, because the temperatures can affect super glue. So when these two pieces, void shield, sorry, when these two pieces go into here, yes, that can just be held together with super glue, and it might be strong for life. I'm going to hold it together with the JB Weld, just for a real secure fit. The same as then when that then clips into there, again, I'm going to use the JB Weld for it. And it makes it so much stronger. And that's what you want. Ultimately, you don't want, by the time you bought your weapons, you've spent over £300 on one of these kits, plus all the time you put into it, you don't want it falling apart, which I have seen people do. But at the same time, you don't have to get that, guys. Epoxy resin will work to glue it together, and super glue will hold it together. Just, I'm of the mindset, if you're going to spend the money on the super glue, you'll go through that much that it's not much more expensive to buy one of these, and you know that this works. It holds better. So that's it. I say I've done some work on the base, but I'll save that for the next video, because this one's obviously gone on a little bit now. And yeah, that's where I'm up to. So when you next see the Titan, he'll have his magnets stuck in, and hopefully, as well as the magnets being stuck in, this framework, not that part, but this back part will be glued together, because I can paint that whilst it's all glued. So that should all be stuck in one piece, and then I can get ready to paint the interior. I'm not going to glue the carapace onto his head. And yeah, that's it, guys. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.